Yo, what up, what up, what up, everybody? August 23rd, 2020. Hopefully, 2020 is going to be over soon. Hopefully, it ends well. So anyways, this is a weekly Outlook video. I hope you all had a great weekend. We have, okay, first of all, let me just say this is going to be a massive, massive week in the market. We have the Jackson Hole Symposium, which is a big deal in the currency market. It happens once a year, every year, and this year it is virtual because of COVID-19 and the pandemic. That's right, I said pandemic, so we'll see. I don't know, but that it is virtual. It will be a massive market mover. It starts at 9 Eastern, so right when the New York session is really getting underway on Thursday. It's going to be a huge. It's all week. But that is when Jerome Powell is, I believe, addressing the market. So it's going to be a big mover for the dollar because basically he's going to be laying out the long term. It's not like the FOMC monthly minutes where he talks about what's going to happen, from a month-to-month basis. But this is going to be a long-term outlook for the dollar. So, a lot of people are speculating. Sorry, my allergies. A lot of people are speculating about, what the long-term plan is going to be. Are we going to keep interest rates low? Where are we at on inflation, which obviously we've been pumping market money into the markets. Okay, I got a call there, but this is a big deal is what I'm getting at. So, but until then, we have a bit like the dollar is at a huge juncture point. Let me put it this way. And that's what this video is going to be all about, the scenarios. If it happens, if the dollar strengthens, and what if, Jerome Powell's like, we've put out so much stimulus that, maybe we've overshot the mark. We will remain prepared to do what it is we have to do to curb this economic disaster that we're dealing with. Surely they're not going to raise interest rates right now, but maybe, just maybe, they might have a bit of a more hawkish tone than the market has priced in against the dollar. So, if we look at it at a technical analysis standpoint, it sure looks like there's about to be some movements going on in the market with the dollar. So I'm going to get into that. We're going to look at UCAB. We're going to look at the euro. We're going to look at some good setups I think that we have coming into next week. So get ready. And if this is your first time meeting me, welcome. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. We have the best market group that you will ever find, the best community, the best vibes. I teach everybody from beginners, intermediate to advanced to help our advanced traders getting funded with outside capital. I have a program for each of that. We have our training academy, and then we also have our Pro Trader Accelerator program, which people are having amazing results with. So whatever it is that you're looking for, click the link below to get started. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, and we have a big Telegram community as well. So you won't be disappointed. I promise you that. And I am very, very, very involved with seeing our traders, the ones that put in the effort, succeed. So that being said, let's take a look at what's going on here with the dollar. And you may notice my RSI looks like it's on meth. That's because Rico from the group. Sorry, dude, when you watch this, I have a friend here whose name's Rodrigo, but and not to mention all the Portuguese people in the group named Rodrigo. But anyways, he was asking me about the periods on RSI, and I used to have a smaller period range. Now I'm kind of leaving on 14, which is the standard. And then I've been messing around and back testing today with super small period range, and this looks more like stochastic here. But I do like to trade on divergences, and the rate of divergence here, and then what you see following that is pretty profound. Just taking into account this bullish move on the dollar here. So I'm playing around with it. I think it could be fun. And man, look at this trend line break, right? So I talk about how doing technical analysis on our RSI, it still applies here. It's pretty cool. So new thing I'm experiment here you may know from my training, here's a triple tap. We don't have much divergence here, but we do have, you know, triplets here in the RSI, and then a nice reversal. So that being said, something I'm playing around with, and if that's the case, and we're looking at the weekly RSI, you just using this, so we have this weekly trend line. So we're finally retesting it. Here we are. You know, we had a breakout from this point to this point, a breakdown. But here we are. This is a big area as well. You know, we can draw our Fibonacci's here from the bottom, and this is a 38.2% retracement. Typically, when we have a 38.2, that's a continuation retracement. So are we going to go from here to all-time highs? No, I'm not necessarily saying that, but you know, we could be going to retest this area. Why, you know, that would make sense. And then lastly, just using this RSI analogy, this is a dollar index, by the way. So we are so close to here. These other areas where we got down the slow typically saw a bit of a move afterwards. So this is a good example up here as well. So we're getting some super extreme readings, followed by divergence, and then a bit of a reversal. Here we have a range after it, and then move higher. So just something to take note of. Now, if we go to the daily, here we are, and we have the massive divergence here. Signaling a reversal. So, and also we could be looking at something like this. Here we are. Looks like a breakout. Looks like a breakout followed by retest. So, but you know, just looking at the dollar index alone, you know, I'd be like, okay, that's great, man. You know, so, but where, you know, where are our confirmations? Looking at confirmations across the board, because that's what I like to do. And here we are in the euro. So remember, dude, I've been talking about this 1.18 level for like weeks now, almost a month, probably a month. Yeah. So here we are. By the way, my charts canceled here, which kind of like it when this happens, because I get to revisit all my charts, look at them with a fresh new pair of glasses. And here we are. I mean, this looks like, you know, could be on the precipice of a false breakout. Now, if this is a false breakout, that would be a very big deal. So there we are in the euro. Potential false breakout. Very bearish weekly candles here. And on the monthly, not quite the follow through. And of course, we're almost through August. So, you know, monthly candle close below this trend line would be pretty bearish, right? So, not completely bearish, but a retest of these significant levels right here. Shout out to Johnny in the group. He did a video in our accelerator program as he's in there highlighting these massive wicks here. And, you know, I definitely couldn't agree more. So I have these big rays on here. It is a little distracting. So I'll turn the rays off. There we go. But yeah, so you can see where we are. But if I draw this out here, super close to 127% extension from this wick to the low, though, right there, we are at the 127% extension. So, you can move Fibonacci's around and make them fit your analysis. If you're doing that, kind of like what I just did, you want to be at least aware that that's what you did, but still at the same time, take note of it, right? So, I mean, this is a significant level. And, without even going that far, all we got to do is look left. When in doubt, look left. And you can see, yeah, this is a pretty big supply zone, right? And now we can just continue it here, here, here. Look how significant this is. And I'll just leave it right there, right? So boom, resistance, boom, support, 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 breakdown, resistance, support, resistant. Okay, so you see what I'm getting at. If there ever was a significant turnaround point, the argument could definitely be made that this would be a legit one. So, maybe we make it to Thursday and the Fed and Jerome Powell is so ultra dovish that this just boom breaks out to 123 and this 161.8% extension. But we got a lot of trading days between Sunday and Thursday. So I also want to point out here, and here we are. This was last week. Everybody in the group knows what I'm looking at here. Here's the weekly. Here's the daily. We had a false breakout in the pound, and it was very intense. Took a couple losses trying to get long here, and then we've had a big rejection here in GBP USD cable. So massive level of resistance here too. So now the clues are starting to make sense. If we can put them together for our case for the potential bullish dollar. Here we are, UCAD. Man, this is, if there ever was a great setup for a reversal, in my opinion, this would be it. Here we go. We have our descending triangle here from our fractal points, and so many times before we see a bullish move, we get the false breakdown before it. And as I teach a great strategy in my training about trading false breakdowns and false breakouts. So here we are, we're at the nexus of this potential move. So I'm not saying that this is it, but I'm looking for a breakout here. I think the risk is, given everything I just highlighted about the dollar. Now remember that for CAD pairs, we do have the oil market to think of. But remember what I started the first of this at. Look at this level of divergence on the daily. Look at this level of divergence. If I'm using this super sporadic indicator, but look at this level of divergence here. You could obviously make the argument for a weak dollar coming into the markets here, but I think the time for a bounce back in the dollar is nigh. Let me put it that way to be super dramatic. Here we are on dollar Swiss. look where we are on this relative strength here on, you know, using this super close level of RSI here. You know, we could really make the argument as well that we're in the middle of a false breakdown here in dollar Swiss. So especially if we make it up back up above here, man, that could, you know, obviously be very bullish for the dollar. So is this going to be a long-term deal? I don't know. But in the short term, and I mean by short term, within the next week, 2 weeks, false breakout here in Kiwi. And this looks like a great setup, especially if we can get a retest of the top of this trend line. So those are my dollar pairs. Man, it looks like it's going to be a great week. And let's take a look. One more pair that I'd like to add into the equation is Euro Pound. Euro Pound, man, if we can get a move here, this looks pretty bearish. Breakdown out of this triangle. False breakout here. And we had a big bullish move on Friday, but we couldn't quite complete here, right? So this is going to be one to watch for some potential downside, and especially if we get that euro weakness coming in against the dollar. And so this is how I look at it. I mean, you could even draw it from down here if you drew the triangle from down here. Same thing with what I said with Fibonacci's. Be mindful when you're adjusting your trend lines to fit your bias, because they can be super dangerous. But so if that was the case, and we're going from down here, then, oh boy. Looks like a reversal, big time. So, and let's just go back in time, just for the sake of it. We'll just do, although the box really highlights it. So let's go to the box. We'll do a box. Here it is. Nice and skinny. You can see this is a big area of congestion. Let's draw it to the left here. And what do we got here? Massive wick there, right? So there's a big level, big kind of institutional level, you could say. Let's go to the daily. What do we got here? Another big level we tagged, boom. Just keep going across. Look at this. Tag, move lower. All the way to where this broker stops caring. Not Karen. Not like Karen, like, what is it? They call people Karens now. Sorry, I am in the South. Sometimes the accent slips out. So that was actually caring. The broker quit caring, but I say broker quit Karen. So look at this massive bad boy right here. Boom, boom. And where does this end? The body of the candle right here comes back into play, wick. So this level right here, 90.10, is massive. And what did we do on Friday? We retested it, broke down, retested it, and this is a pretty bearish. Man, and look at this wick right here, just retesting. I actually got took a bit of a loss on Friday, that's for sure, going after this. And, you know, I think I was just a little bit too early to the party, because we could be having a big move lower here, which, you know, I think this level right there is pretty significant, and clearly this level right there. So those are my charts. Those are my setups. We have an awesome week. I'll be posting these charts in the VIP signal channel. And let's have an awesome week, everybody. Markets open in an hour. I'm going to go ahead and post this to my VIP channel as well. I'm just going to go ahead and straight up upload it so they get it first. And if you'd like to be in that channel, you won't be disappointed. I promise you. Click the link below to get started. Let's have an awesome week. Peace. See you in the VIP chat, everybody.